And to give us more perspective on this, we're being joined by Mr. Sergei Samleny. Now, Mr. Samleny is a defense expert and also a director of the European Resilience Initiative Centre. Is joining us live in this broadcast. Mr. Samleny, this seems to be a difficult kind of a puzzle for the European allies of Ukraine to crack. Now, the United States says that it is caught up in its own domestic politics and therefore it is not able to send more military aid. But Europe seems not to be able to produce enough gunpowder that is used in manufacturing these 155mm shells. What do you make of these excuses?
Thank you for having invited me for this conversation. And indeed, you have pointed absolutely correct. The situation is very dire. And we may even say that Ukraine is facing now a perfect storm, with the support from every single main ally is being either blocked or significantly reduced. The Ukrainian army has not got any support from the US since months, and the US is the biggest supplier of crucial Ukraine's ammunition, including artillery shells. Europe has not managed to produce 1 million artillery shells within a year until April 2024, as it was promised and planned. And it is not the lack of like 10 or 20%. The production is at least halved compared to the planned scheme. We know also that Russia gets a lot of ammunition and supply, not only from Iran, but also from North Korea, which helps Russia to increase its artillery strikes against Ukrainian forces. And in addition to that, Ukraine also suffers from the economy problem because of the blockade by the Polish farmers on the Ukraine-Polish borders. Polish farmers do not let Ukrainian sellers to send grain, wheat and corn to Germany, which is one of the main receivers of Ukrainian corn. So Ukraine suffers militarily and economically in this situation. And the Ukrainian army has left Avdiivka, a crucial point in the Eastern Front, during the last weeks, exactly because of the lack of ammunition, which cannot be compensated by other means.
Absolutely. Now, when you hear, reasons that Europe is short of stuff such as nitrocellulose that is used in manufacturing these 155mm shells, because this nitrocellulose is something that China exports, and now China has stopped the export of nitrocellulose to Europe. What goes through, how are the Ukrainian strategists looking at developments such as this?
Indeed, once again, I can only support what you're saying. Russia is massively buying nitrocellulose, which is a crucial raw material for producing artillery shells, explosives in artillery shells. And Russia buys nitrocellulose in China, but not only, also in Germany and in Taiwan, as a Ukrainian study has revealed last week. Taiwan has already announced that they will investigate the case, and if it is the case, they will stop this export. But Germany hasn't demonstrated any will to stop this export. And here we need to understand that nitrocellulose can be used also in other industries, and Russia claims that they use it for textile production, like T-shirt and jeans and shirts. But if we look on internal consumption of normal cellulose in Russia, we can see that they have not increased the production of textile materials like shirts, T-shirts, other clothes, while they massively increased the import of nitrocellulose. So where all the nitrocellulose goes? It goes to the war production. And the Ukrainian researchers, which published last week this report, they have demonstrated which companies buy nitrocellulose in Russia. They all, or almost every of them, is directly connected to military production, to production of shells. And that is what Germany is, and Europe overall isn't ready to stop yet, because our sanctions against Russia are still too weak. Nitrocellulose is not on the list, and we tolerate selling of this stuff to third countries like Kazakhstan, Armenia, and other countries from where it goes directly to Russia.
All right, we'll have to leave there. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Sergei Samleny, for joining us and getting us that perspective there.
Thank you so much.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.